If all your documents are solid, but your visa keeps getting refused, this is probably why. Your cover story isn't telling a clear story. So in just few minutes, I'm going to show you step by step how to write a winning visa cover letter. And also I'm going to give you a ready to use template at the end of this video. So stay tuned to the end. So if you're new here, my name is Maria. Welcome to the channel. So in the previous video, we've already covered about refusal and also the 10 top documents that you need if you want to apply for any UK visas. But today we're going to put all this together in your covered letter that will tie your application into a more convincing story. You know, when you submit your application form, you know, the entry clearance officers, they don't have time to go through all those applications. Any missing information, any gaps or anything that will trigger a suspicious, that will be the end of your applications. So they don't have time to guess what is in all those applications. Just one error, it will spoil the whole lot of your application. But when you submit a clear, convincing covered letter, that will be the easiest roadmap for you to get that visa entry easily. So what should be in your covered letter at a glance? What the entry clearance will be looking for? So now let's walk through step by step on all these bullet points, how you can write a convincing covered letter. Let us look at number one, which is the header and subject. What should be on that? So this is where you write your name, your address, your emails, or your phone number. And the subject should be the cover letter, which is if it is a UK standard visitor visa or any other visa you are applying for. And then you put your full name and passport number. So the second is the greetings, where you can say, "Dear entry clearance officer." And then the third is the purpose and date. You need to be very, very specific. So this is how you lay it out. So you can say, "I am applying for a UK standard visitor visa." Remember, it can be any other visas. This is just an example of how to write a convincing covered letter. So the purpose and date, be specific. This should be included on the purpose and the date. "I am applying for a UK standard visitor visa to attend my sister's wedding in Manchester from 12th May 2026 to 24th May 2026. That is 12 days. I will travel," you call the city and the country where you're coming from. Let me just say, for example, "I will travel from Freetown, Sierra Leone to Manchester via," you stated the airlines you will be using. So number four, this is where you talk about who you are visiting and the reason why you are visiting that person. What should be included? "My host is," you put the name of the host here and your relationship with the host. So, and then you have to mention the status of the host, if they are British citizen or if they are just on settlement. You need to write down their status. And then you need to write down the residing, where they are living, which is their address. And number five, we'll be looking at the funding and affordability. What should include in that? "I will fund this trip from my savings and salary. My estimated costs are £1,450. The flight will cost £650. My accommodation will cost me £450. And local transport or foods will cost me £350. I have 4,800 in my account, supported by 6 months of statements." That is, you need to provide that evidence in your statement. "And where my balance increased in March, this is due to annual bonus. See attached payslips." So this is where you declare if there is a huge amount of money that was deposited in your account just before you make the application. So you need to address that. Where is that money coming from? This is where you stated from my bonus, but make sure you attach an evidence that shows it comes from your bonus from workplace. So now let us look at number six, which is your employment and as well as your home ties, which is very, very important. So this is where you said, I am employed full-time as a senior administrative officer at, you state the company, you are earning, you state how much you're earning per month, and you state the date since when did you start that employment, you state that date. My approved leave covers the travel date, and I will resume to work on the 26th of May 2026. I also support my mother, this is where the tie comes now, and younger brother, and I am the named tenant on my current 12-month lease attached. That is the property that you are living, the house you are living. If it's a leased or rented property, you need to attach that evidence that you are the sole tenant, you're the one paying for that. And number 6, which is your travel history. So this is where you stated if you have any travel history. I have previously traveled to, you state the country and which year was that, and then you returned as is scheduled. You attach the whole visas enclosed. You need to attach all the visas, all the countries you have traveled, and the visas that was in your passport. Made a photocopy and attach that as well to your application. And number 9, which is your supporting document, you need to list a bullet point of all your supporting documents that you've already attached on your applications. And this is where you can say, I enclose a completed visa application and appointment confirmation, 2 passports and previous passports, if there is any, 6-month bank statement and plus 3 to 6 months pay slips, and number 4, employment letter and as well as approved leave from your employer. Number 5, proof of accommodation, either on a hotel or if you have the host document, make sure you provide the host document. Number 6, invitation letter, plus you need to provide your host status and their proof of address. And number 7, your flight reservation as well as your return ticket. And number 8, your properties or tenancy or documents shows family ties and evidence. Make sure you show that. And number 10, any wedding invitation or any event that you're coming for to the UK, you need to attach that. And the last one now is where you got your covered letter, which is this one now you are writing. So that's how you put all your list, your bullet points, what you've already listed on your applications. But these bullet points needs to be on your covered letter, what document you've already listed. So if the entry clearance wanted to see any documents, they will go by the names. Number 10, this is what they want to see. So they will go through that document and check it through. And now, number 10 now is your clarification. This is where you need to diffuse any red flags. If there is anything that you know this is a doubt for the entry clearance officers, this is where you need to declare that. So what should be included? For example, you can say, please note the £1,200 deposited on the 15th of March reflect on my annual bonus. See contract clauses and payslips. Make sure you attach an evidence of your payslips and your bonus. Where was it coming from? The last one now is, which is number 11, the closing statement. So what should be including there? So here you can say, I respectfully request approval for my visitor visa. I will comply with all conditions and return to my home country. You put the name of your country on the 24th of May, 2026. Thank you for your time. Sincerely, your name. You write down your name. So now let us read your cover letter together without wasting time. So subject, covered letter, UK Standard Visitor Visa, Mariatu Kano, passport number A123457. Dear Entry Clearance Officer, I am applying for a UK Standard Visitor Visa to attend my sister's wedding in Manchester from 12th to 24th of May 2026 in bracket 12 days. My host is Amina, my sister, a British citizen at Manchester. I will fund my trip Personally, estimated cost is £1,450. My bank balance of 4,800, see 6 months statement and 3 months payslips confirmed affordability. I am employed full-time as a senior administrative officer at my company since this date, earning this amount of money monthly. My approved leave covers my travel date, and I resumed work on the 26th of May 2026. I also maintained a 12-month tenancy and support immediate family in Sierra Leone. I will stay at my host address. These are my key plans. I will arrive on the 12th of May. The wedding event is from the 13th to the 16th of May. I will be doing sightseeing from the 17th to the 22nd of May. And then I will return on the 23rd or 24th of May. My returning booking is attached. I have previously traveled to Spain and returned as scheduled. My documents enclosed: application confirmation, passport, bank statements and payslips, employment letter and leave approval, accommodation proof, invitations and host documents, my flight reservations, tenancy and family evidence, this covered letter. The clarification: a £1,200 deposit on the 15th of March is my annual bonus. Please see contract and payslips. I respectfully request approval and will comply with the visa conditions. Sincerely, Mariatu Kanu. My email address down and my telephone number. That's it. That's your fully convincing covered letter. Just having that, it's clearly stated that you've got ties back home, that you are returning back home. You're here for a specific event and you are going back home because you've got other ties waiting for you. Just having this letter, it states it all. Sometimes the entry clearance officers, they don't even check on your document. Just your cover letter has already provide everything, proof of everything that has already been stated on your application. That's it. So now let us look at a quick template, just in a glance, what you will use for any visa application you want to apply for UK visa. So if you're applying as a visitor, this should be included in your covered letter. Your purpose and precise date, funding, and you state the amount, your employment, and you state your leaves and as well as your ties, your accommodation, as well as your plans, what you intend to do, document listed, and clarification, as well as a polite closing statement. If you're applying as a student, you need to use the same template, but you need to add this on the list: your cast number, cost, the university, the start date, as well as the end date of your course, your tuition pay or whatever remaining, your maintenance funds, as well as your source of income should be included. And lastly, your accommodation plans, whether it is nearer the campus where you are studying. But if you're applying for a work visa, so this should be included on the first template that I provided. One, your employer, your role, your salary, and your contract length. That is, how long is your contract for? And secondly, your SOC code or your COS number, if applicable. And lastly, any evidence of qualification and as well as experience of the job you are applying for. And if you want me to review your cover letter just before you submit your application, please email me on mkanu8038@gmail.com, or you can just WhatsApp me on the WhatsApp number showing above. And if you find values on today's video, please don't forget to share it to someone who wants to hear this message. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel so that you won't miss out on any of my uploads, which will be a real visa refusal letter. We're gonna go through it stage by stage, line by line, and addressed all those points from your visa refusal letter. So I'll see you on the next.